In this video, we're gonna look at how to build such a nice house for yourself. This house has 3 floors and you can do the interior any way you like yourself. It's up to you. I'm gonna show you how to do the exterior and show you how much space you got inside after you have done building this nice medieval home. Obviously, guys, first things first, we just have to make the land flat for our house. So see you in a jiffy. This land patch is gonna be perfect. So let's start doing the base for our house. So guys, for the base, let's take stone walls 2x1 and place 8 in a row. Make sure they align to each other properly. Then do another 4 across. Like this, and then do another 8 and do a perfect rectangle. To make the house more visually appealing, I put it in the design one kinda, not a secret, but one visual element. We take off one of the corners and place a stone floor just like this, and then we can place the stone walling. Next thing is pretty easy, we just go with stone floors all around the perimeter. So when that is done, we place another wall on top of these walls to have height of 4 in total, if we count the first one put down. So let's go ahead and put all 4 all around. Alrighty then, we have finished with our foundation, the base for the base. The base for the base. We need to place an entrance now. So I have 2 entrances in my house. And I like to place one as the entrance for the carts, for example, to store the cart inside your home. And there's a second entrance that counts as kind of like a main entrance into the house as well. So let's say I'm gonna place the main, not the main entrance, but the entrance for the cart here. So this is gonna be my cart's entrance. And we're gonna have a main entrance on the left here, which will require us moving some stones around like this. So we have a nice entrance now. Let's level down the ground here. Maybe even a bit more. Nice. So we got the basics down. We have the foundation. Now let's start by building the supporting structure for the wooden elements of our house. Let's jump straight to the next step. We place the beams like this that are overhanging the overall structure. We do the same thing on the other side. We do the same thing on the sides like this. And on the other side as well. So we have it all around the perimeter. So guys, when you have done the perimeter for the narrow sides, in order to make the same overhang step or whatever you call it over this side, you have to place the small wooden floor like that on the edge there. Then place the log beam and just snap it there. So it automatically snaps nicely, and then we just can do the long side a lot easier just by snapping it into the place, and we can place the short beam at the very end. So we have these very nice corners, overhangs on every side. Why is it required? You will see in a jiffy. So we do the same for the other side as well. So, when you have this done, we need to do the cross sections as well, the cross beams. It is done in the same way, guys. So, in order to do the cross sections, we need to place another 2 for the distance, and then just snap the log beam to this supporting beam. It's gonna take some time to do this, but it's definitely gonna be worth it. Let's do the same thing here. 2 cross beams and snap it into the place. On this side, on the short side, it's gonna be a bit different. We place the one long beam and we snap a small one and then snap the long beam to it. Like this. Do the same thing here. We do 2 in the middle. And snap the long beam. Nice. So we have it all done almost. Just finish it up. So in the end, we have this kind of foundation. We have a proper stone foundation, and we have nice wood beam structure as supporting for the rest of the house. Next step, ladies and gentlemen, is we take the wood beam 26 degrees and snap it to the place like this. On every beam, on every place we have the beam sticking out. So all around the house. Then we take the 2-meter wood beams and snap them on the bottom side of these log beams. And do that all across this section. We do the small ones in the corners. Just like this. You have to place 2. So it looks more nicely. And continue with the long beams on the rest of the build. Next step, we take those same 2-meter beams and place them all over the perimeter on the 26-degree beams. So guys, we have the basic floor structure done now. We see it's kind of nice frame, nice looking frame already. So now the next step would be to place down the flooring. So for the floor, I like to do the crisscross section like this. All over the place. So see you guys in a jiffy when I have ended placing down the floor tiles. Alright, so we are done with everything except for this place over here. And I haven't built it till the end just for one reason. We need to make staircase to the second floor. We have the first floor over here. So we go inside and we should have a staircase here that leads up here, which leads up to the second floor. So let's build the staircase now. So in order to build the staircase, we're gonna use the wooden beams 45 degrees. Place them down just like this, very nicely. So we are going to destroy this 2-meter beam here and this beam over here because they're gonna be in the way for the staircase. Remove those two and we're gonna place for the supportive structure here the 2-meter beams like this. So in order to place the second side, as there's these beams are in the way, you can't really snap 45-degree beam here. You can just make a 2-meter beam in the middle and then snap these 45-degree beams to this beam. Alright, so we have the base ready for the staircase. Now comes the kinda tedious but at the same time simple part. You just take the wood beam 2 meters and you you place your cursor with the wooden beam so that it snaps exactly. It doesn't snap actually. It doesn't snap. I just hold shift and you can see that you can lower the wooden beam just until like the maximum where its corner reaches the side of the 45-degree beam. Like this, I place it there. I do the same for the next one. Just as close as possible. Can go over slightly. Like this. You actually should look at this corner over here and also look at this side so there's no clipping through for the staircase. That's just aesthetics. It's not really that important, but I mean if you want to really have a nice staircase, you should look at both things. There. This should be it. Don't think we need the last one there. Remove that. Yep. Don't need it. We can properly move up and down without it. Place the missing beam back in. And voila, guys, we have stairs. Put in the missing floor tiles. Nice, isn't it? Now we have a proper way to get upstairs. If you want to stylize it a bit more, you can place another 45-degree beams like this, just to make railing for the stairs. So far, so good. Alright then, we have the first floor done. Let's start building the walls and supportive structure that is going to be required to support the overall house design. We take the log poles and place them on the 1, 2, 3 on the third log beam like this, so it snaps right next to the exit. We do the same on the other side, and we do the same on the very other side of the building as well. So 1, 2, 3, we snap it here and snap it here. Now on the second floor, we place the log beams, snap them to these corners. Do that on the other side as well. Okay, we have the supporting beams for the middle structure of the house ready. We do the sides now. Sides are really simple. We take the 2-meter beam and we take the 1-meter beam, place it on top of it, and do that for every corner. When we have done that, we take the 26-degree beams and snap them to the top piece of that beam. Like this, on both sides. We do the same for the middle to fill it up. I'm gonna rotate here 45 degrees the wood pole, so it's with a sharp end to me, like this. So we have 2, we need a window here. Like this, another window there, and place of course the small 1-meter poles on top of it. Then we can connect the structure with a simple 2-meter beam. And do the same thing on the other side as well. We missed a few steps. So first things first, you place 2 supportive beams like this. Then you place a 2-meter beam on top of it. Then you place a few 2-meter beams, like 3 of them, right next to each other like this. Another 4-meter beam and 2-meter beam in the end. So this is a supportive structure for the roof. Then when that is done, you start putting down the roofing for the sides. So I have done the same as I did before for the supportive structure. On the outside, we do the same in the inside. And place, of course, the extra ones on the outside of the house as well. We have the basic roofing done now. We have the foundation ready. We have the second floor flooring done. And we are starting to build the third floor and the roofing for the second floor. Let's put in the roofs for the second floor now. Okay, so we have finished roofing on one side of the roof. Let's do the same on the other side as well. So for the third floor, we take the log beams, 2-meter ones, and place them all across to the very end, connecting the supportive beams on the sides. We also put the extra ones on each side and do the same thing for the other side as well. Do that for the both sides, snap them to the roof. It's not gonna be that easy. You have to intuitively point at the roofing and it snaps nicely there. Next step is to place some floors. And in order to do that, we just simply place some floors. Place them snapping to the bottom section of the half wall, like this. And we can do, again, the crisscross, as we did here on the first floor as well, just for the sakes of consistency. We take a 45-degree beam. And we snap it to the place there for both floors as a supportive thing. Do the same thing on the other side as well. So place floors snapping to the half wall like that. Place 2 next to that, and then take a 45-degree one and snap it to the place here. In order to connect these 45-degree beams, you take a log beam, 4-meter one, snap it to the bottom section of the 45-degree logs, and you have this nice supportive structure for the flooring of the 3rd floor. Do the same for the sides as well. Alright, so we basically have prepared everything that is needed for the 3rd floor. Now let's place in the rest of the flooring that is required in order to finish the build. So everything here fits in nicely. We have the 3rd floor already down, but we are missing stairs to the 3rd floor. Let's build them next. So the way I'm doing this, I'm gonna place a supportive beam 45-degree here from this side in order to I'm gonna snap to this flooring in order to make stairs down there to the 2nd floor. So we're gonna have stairs to the 3rd floor that are gonna use the same kind of mechanic that the ones from the 1st floor to the 2nd floor. So let's do that. Let's snap some 45-degree beams to the very corner where we want the stairs to end. Nice and easy, just like that. And we place 2-meter log beam there and snap the remaining sections to it. So the stairing's ready. We can do the supportive railing similar to the one on the 1st floor to the 2nd floor. So I just like to place 2-meter wood poles on the corners here, like this, on each corner. Then I used wood roof cross 26 degrees and snap it to the bottom, like this. So we got nice crisscross railing here for the side wall, so we don't fall off of the 3rd floor. The roofing is quite simple here as well. We take the same 26 degrees roofs, we place them as the beams here on each of the log beam and also at the very end as well. Or we cannot do that on the very end, just place them on the log beams. Do another 26 degrees to the middle of the house like this, and for the last bit take a wood beam 45-degree and connect both of the 26 degrees with the 45-degree. Just like this, we have the overall frame for the roof ready for the 3rd floor. In order to make the structure more solid, I like to use the wood log beams here as well on the criss section over here like this, and do that for this other side as well. And then place a 4-meter pole snapping to the ground like this. Do 2 more 26 beams like this for the roof, and I think we're ready, guys. We're ready to place the roof down for the 3rd floor. Well, we so far got the carcass down. We got the whole frame with the roofing already prepared for the house. Now we just need to do the interior and the exterior walls. So let's do the exterior walls next. So when placing the extra supporting beams on top, we got pieces like this over here. So we just connect them together with the 4-meter log pole. It sticks in nicely. It gives a extra supportive structure to the top. So what I like to do usually here is I fill up these gaps with the same crisscross section, the wood poles, 2-meter. I turn them 45 degrees towards me with the sharp edge, and do that on both sides as well. I just really like symmetry. But it's really up to you guys. After this step, when we have the whole carcass, it really depends on how you like to kind of make your house look. I will show you what I do to make it look good. Well, I think it looks good, but it's really up to you. Kind of mix log beams and the normal beams. So for the windows at the very front of the house, I place log beams in the middle like this, and then I do fill up the sides with log beams almost to the very top. Take a 4-meter log beam Place it down. Do an extra one on top. Fill the rest with wood half walls. For the stair side of the house, I don't use the same technique as on the front side. I just place wood walls with the nice side inwards and just fill up the gaps. And we are almost done. We are just missing 2 side walls, so I put 2 windows here, the same as in the front. So we're gonna fill up the sides and then show off the exterior, ladies and gentlemen. So I fill up the right side of the house like this, and we're gonna put where the main entrance is a few windows so we can see something to this side as well. So in order to call this build finished, the overall the exterior build of the house, we are lacking the chimney. And for chimney, what I did is I went to the third floor in my previous build, and I found this place over here and placed a fireplace here, like on this very spot. But in order to place fireplace there, you need to have stone. You need to have stone floor here. But if you just place stone floor there, you can see that it gets destroyed just because it's not supported enough. So what I did is I went all the way down to the very first floor. So what I did is I placed 4 beams on each corner, snapped them into the place, just like that, on both sides. You can do that for this thing as well. So we have this structure here, and then what I did is I just filled it up with stone flooring like this and snap it all the way to the very top. Place some more stone floors. It's gonna require you tons of stone, but at least you're gonna get the fireplace either to the second floor. It really depends on where you would like to have the fireplace going, or like the kitchen part, because here you can obviously place hearth like this, and you have a really nice hearth on the on the third floor, and you can cook in the third floor, and now you just need a proper chimney. So what I did in my build, I made a smaller chimney by using fireplace here on the third floor, crushing this roof tile on top of it, and then just adding, and then from the outside just adding a beam like that, another beam to the side, connect those, do the same this side as well, do the corners, and then just extend with 1 meter beam each side this chimney. You do a cross section like this. We need to place the corner here, and then we can place the first corner roof and snap it into the spot. Snap it like this, and then you can just use the first roofing that you place down to snap all the rest. And you're gonna have a really nice looking chimney. There we go, a really nice looking chimney. So it's not visible that there's a chimney here or something. You can also close the sides and place some extra sides here together with the 45-degree roofing, and voila, ladies and gentlemen, we have a proper chimney. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the exterior is ready. You can do some parts nicer, it depends on your own taste, but overall the exterior of the house is ready to be filled in with interior. And I'm gonna show you, there's one minus to this all. You can also be more precise and like hide these details over here. Maybe do some extra walling there so there's so you don't see the staring. It can be hidden, but just for the purpose of the time, because we have used quite a lot of time to build this house currently in this guide, we're not gonna do that. But we have the overall exterior ready, and I think it looks quite nice. I think it's a really nice base that could last you to the very end of the game. You have 3 floors. You can place in the 3rd floor a bed, a spawning place, some portals. You can place in the 2nd floor maybe some storage, and in the 1st floor you can place all kind of things, like for example card storage for yourself, maybe even a blacksmith. So now let's check the interior of the house I built previously. It's not finished yet, but at least you got the idea what is possible in this house. So here we have some 1st floor. It's the overall workshop. We have the workbench here, the level 5 workbench, and also forge, and also of course the artisan's table. Then we have basically the side entrance that also can be used as main entrance that leads upstairs to the 2nd floor, where we have the storage space, nice table here, dining hall, some portals. We have smaller windows here than in the build that I showed you. We have some railings for the stairs here. You can go upstairs to the 3rd floor. And here we have the bedroom. We have a fireplace here going. We have a nice bed and a nice view to the both sides of the area. So this is basically what you can make this house into. Of course, there's a lot more space. It can be improved. And I definitely welcome you guys to improve upon my builds. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you for watching. This was my build of a medieval house in a Viking style. It was my improvisation, and I would like to see you build up on it and improve the design. As always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and see you